In this video, we are going to also look at AC method, but here we are going to have a little bit of difficulty because of a negative sign, but it's basically the same thing. So let's check this out. The first thing you do is identify what is your AC, because this is AC method. So this is A, this is C, and we want to multiply them, and that will give us 24. We're looking for two numbers that would multiply to 24 and add to negative 11. Now, because the product is positive, product of two numbers can be positive if they're both positive, but that's not going to work because they would not add to negative 11. So that means that they're both negative. Okay, so again, we're looking for two numbers that would multiply to 24 and add to negative 11. All right, so let's start doing that on the calculator. Let's go to Desmos and multiply two numbers, give you 24, but one of them is negative. So let's divide by -1 first. -1 plus -24 is not -11, so that doesn't work. How about -2? Okay, so -2 and -12. That's -14. That does not work. How about -3? So -3 and -8, that gives me -11. So I am basically done with that. Now, the bad news is that this is you're not quite done. So you found -3 and -8 as two factors. And what that allows you to do is break apart the middle term. Instead of -11x, you now have -3x minus 8x and then plus 12. And that allows you to factor by grouping. So let's see. Let's look at these two factors and then these. These two terms and the last two terms. Okay. In the first one, the only thing we can factor out is x. That'll be 2x minus 3, right? Because we're taking one x out. In the second two terms, well, let's look at this. So 8 is really 2 times 4 and 12 is 3 times 4. So we can take out a 4, but because the leading term has a negative, the GCF will be negative. So this will be -4. And now let's see what will be left. So if you take out the 4, right, you cross this out, you're going to have 2, and then that x is still there. So that's going to be 2x. And then here you also took out a 4, and then you're left with the 3. Now, here is where a lot of mistakes happen when people just record the plus, directly this plus, and then that's going to be a plus. Well, that's not right, because when you factor a negative out, then when you distribute it to the terms, you're supposed to get a plus. So minus times plus is not plus. So that means that this right here should be a negative. Okay, hold on. So that is actually going to be negative right there. And also because when you factor by grouping, the common factor, the 2x minus 3, oh man, this color is really bright. 2x minus 3, that thing is supposed to repeat. So that would be something that you could pay attention to. So the final factoring would be 2x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 4. And as before, you should always check your answer by foiling. And there goes my pen. But I don't need it anymore because we are done.